Ghost cultivation is a part of a record of a mortal's journey to immortality, and it represents the most mysterious and cruel form of cultivation. The reason I say it's cruel is because once you're on this path, it's like you've signed an offer from the Lord of Reincarnation. You forever lose the chance to be reincarnated. Perhaps because the price paid is great enough, the strength of ghost cultivators is also generally very strong. In this video, we'll take a look at the underworld path in the mortal world arc and see which powerful ghost cultivators have appeared. Hello everyone, I am T-Hun. In the mortal world, there are famous ghost cultivators with names. There are 6 in total. The first one Han Li met was Yuan. Han Li admitted that if it was just about scheming, 2 of him would not be Yuan's opponent. So Yuan put a lot of pressure on Han Li. It was quite significant. Yuan was originally a nascent soul cultivator from the demonic path. He was ambushed by his good apprentice when he was injured. However, Yinyang was only in the core formation stage to prevent Xuangu from making a final counterattack. He didn't dare to completely eliminate Xuangu. Instead, he used the spirit sealing pillar to seal the cave mansion. The spirit sealing pillar has 2 functions. One is that it can isolate spiritual energy. This can prevent Xuangu from recovering. The second function is to prevent malevolent spirits from escaping through transformation techniques. In other words, Yinyang had already thought of the possibility of Xuanju cultivating the ghost Dao to prevent accidents. Yinyang specially sent someone to guard the seal, and he also gave the guardian a scroll. Inside was sealed a special item, the remnant soul of a sun-devouring bird that is the nemesis of ghosts. The more Yinyang understood about Xuanju, the more it showed Xuanju trusted Yinyang. After all, he even told Yinyang that he possessed a ghost Dao cultivation technique. In other words, before Xuanju was ambushed, his personality was probably not as cunning and suspicious as it is now. Xuanju took the path of ghost cultivation for revenge. After all, ghost cultivation does not require spiritual energy, and it can also greatly extend his survival time. After Han Li accidentally released Xuangu also had the thought of taking him as an apprentice. After all, Han Li's methods and schemes were top-notch. However, after being betrayed by Yinyang, the word disciple has become an allergen. Xuangu coughs whenever he hears these 2 words. After escaping, Xuangu only wanted to get revenge on Yinyang. But the opening of the Sutian Palace gave Xuangu other ideas. After all, the Qianlin ice flame in the outer area of the Zushan Palace, with the Xuanhui fireworks, and the evil-warding divine thunder, when fused, can synthesize the legendary Asura sacred fire. If he has this fire, let alone destroying Yinyang, give him some more time, and even Manhu Zai would have to sensibly tie his hair in pigtails. Coincidentally, Xuanju possessed both the Xuan Soul Firefly and the evil-warding Divine Thunder. So, after the twists and turns of the 9 Revolutions Grand Formation, Xuangu finally synthesized the Asura Sacred Fire. At this time, he used the Sacred Fire to surround Han Li, wanting to nip this ghost-slaying nemesis in the bud. But Han Li's stock of evil-warding Divine Thunder was like a Pinjuodo, a bargain feature. Xuangu thought it was almost gone every time, but Han Li could always release another batch. In the end, the holy fire collapsed. Xuangu played with fire and got burned. The evil-warding Divine Thunder can not only deal with Xuanju, it can restrain almost all evil things. What's more amusing is, I saw that A Mortal's Journey to Immortality and A Chinese Ghost Story had a mobile game collaboration. Han Li also brought the evil-warding Divine Thunder. This should be the most clashing IP collaboration in history. However, because they are so clashing, the 2 can instead create more exciting sparks. This collaboration has recreated 30 magical treasures from the Immortal's Journey to Immortality IP and 70 original magical treasures. Go online now. You can get a small green bottle and the Azure Bamboo and Cloud Sword. Directly unlock the instance speedrun experience. In addition, the game has also added a cultivation version of the Tarkov gameplay. Let players immerse themselves in the experience of searching for treasures in the Virtuous Heaven Palace. A new map, King Yuan Grotto Heaven, has been opened. Realize 3D large map Swordflight. The game also has an alchemy furnace explosion and tribulation ascension system, so that every player can start from scratch. Experience your own A Record of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality. Xuangu plays with fire. He did not disappear after burning himself, because at this time, only a part of Zhuanggu died. While looting, Han Li discovered there was another soul in the thunder bamboo sword. This Zhuanggu actually called himself an old slave before he died. He wanted to serve Han Li as his master, but facing such a scheming and unscrupulous person, a 1,000-year-old ghost, Han Li was really a little scared. So he had an idea, and Zhuanggu was sucked into the belly by the soul-devouring beast. But at this time, Han Li didn't know for sure whether what he destroyed was Zhuanggu's main soul or a separated soul. This also raises another question. Apart from the two souls mentioned above, does Zhuanggu have other souls? After all, a cunning rabbit has 3 burrows. It's perfectly normal for Zhuanggu to have other methods. The animation might have taken this into consideration, which is why Zhuanggu was arranged to have a remnant soul ending. Regarding Zhuanggu, everyone might be more concerned about who is stronger between him and Wen Tianrun. This actually depends on the period. If it was when Zhuanggu was just released, then he was most likely not as good as Wen Tianrun. But after synthesizing the Asura sacred fire, their battle would be a one-sided crush. Even the 8 Gates golden light mirror would be useless. After all, the novel once said that the golden light divine flame is not comparable to the Asura sacred flame in terms of power. It can't be compared. At this point, when Tianrun was no longer a match for him, Mingyu later endorsed the Asura sacred fire as well. The credibility is still very high. Actually, there were many ghost cultivators. In the first stage of the Zushin Temple, Xuanzhu's ghost cultivation method was also passed down by one of the ghost cultivators. But those, after all, didn't have proper titles, so I'll just skip them here. The next 2 ghost cultivators I'm going to talk about are Yuan Yao and Yan Li. Yes, you heard me right. Yuan Yao also took the path of the ghost. What's going on here? Mainly because Yuan Yao was performing the rejuvenation technique and was shot into the underworld by the ghost mist. Yan Li's state is half resurrected, and Yuan Yao's golden core itself was shattered. Even more tragic is that in the land of the underworld, there is only the energy of the underworld and no spiritual power. But before, from the storage bag of the young master of the Green Sun sect, Yuan Yao found a cultivation technique called man and ghost co-cultivation. The Yinyang reincarnation art, the energy of the underworld also has a good amplification effect on the path of ghost cultivation, so they took advantage of the situation and embarked on the path of ghost cultivation. Later, the 2 of them cultivated the Yinyang samsara art to a great extent. Just as they entered the god transformation realm, they were blown by an inexplicable gust of yin wind to the spirit world's abyss. In the abyss, the 2 encountered a ghost granny who wanted to devour them. Not long after, Han Li also came to the abyss and was coerced by the Demon King inside. The 3 of them worked together and successfully escaped the Demon King's control, accidentally entering the seclusion place of the big boss, Qingyuanzi. Qingyuanzi is the founder of the Qingyuan sword art. He is now a being in the great accomplishments stage. Originally, Qingyuanzi enjoyed taking Han Li as his apprentice. But when he discovered that Yuan Yao had the rare heavenly yin body, Qingyuanzi took Yuan Yao as his disciple. After all, this kind of constitution can help Qingyuanzi resist a lightning tribulation. Also, it should be noted that although Yuan Yao and Yan Li embarked on the path of ghost cultivation, the technique they cultivated is a method of human ghost co-cultivation, so the 2 did not become true ghost cultivators. Their current state is half human, half ghost. After Qingyuanzi took them as disciples, he used special means to restore them to their human forms. Afterwards, Yuan Yao also truly inherited Qingyuanzi's legacy. She became Qingyuanzi's adopted daughter. She began to cultivate the Qingyuan sword art and refined the magic treasure, the azure bamboo cloud sword. Although she later failed to ascend to the immortal realm, in the immortal realm arc, Han Li traveled through time and space and rewrote Yuan Yao's tragic fate. The next ghost cultivators to appear in the mortal realm are the Yinyang twin demons. First, upon hearing the name Yinyang twin demons, you know they are definitely related to the supposedly righteous Yuan sect. The Yinyang twin demons were originally elders of the Yuan sect, with cultivation at the early nascent soul stage, but later, for some unknown reason, they betrayed the Yuan sect and swore to no longer be demonic cultivators. Instead, they switched to ghost cultivation and attained the body of a living corpse, similar to the pharaoh's living dead. After becoming ghost cultivators, the duo's divine abilities grew immensely, so they attacked the Yuan sect again. Although they killed hundreds of Yuan sect disciples in this battle, they were ultimately captured by the elders of the Yuan sect. The people of the Yuan sect reprocessed these two, and they became the Yinyang demon corpses. Strictly speaking, the Yinyang demon corpses are a combination of demonic, ghost, and corpse cultivation methods. Their composition is very complex. The Yinyang duo, each time they attacked, had to absorb the essence blood of a virgin boy and girl. When fighting against the Mulan people, the corpse fire they released could actually withstand the attack of a deity. Transformation stage Mulan senses for a period of time. Keep in mind they were only at the early nascent soul stage. This shows how extraordinary the twin demons were. The only regrettable thing is that the Yin-Yang duo never fought Han Li. But even if they didn't fight, I'm sure everyone knows the outcome. After all, Han Li has too many treasures, like the azure bamboo cloud sword, the Zushan cauldron, the jade ruji, and the wind and thunder wings. Moreover, the evil warding, divine thunder, and the soul-devouring beast are the ultimate nemeses of ghosts, let alone the yin-yang duo themselves. Even if they went to a Chinese ghost story to summon ghost reinforcements, Han Li would only need a few rounds of electrotherapy to easily win the battle. Finally, I will introduce the Netherworld Ghost Mother. This is also the most powerful ghost cultivator Han Li saw in the mortal realm. The Netherworld Ghost Mother was initially a late nascent soul stage cultivator, but she ultimately failed to break through to the deity transformation stage. On this point, the Netherworld Ghost Mother is quite similar to the Great Development Divine Monarch, because the Great Development Divine Monarch failed to break through to the deity transformation stage. He invented the soul-nurturing technique to extend his lifespan, and the Netherworld Ghost Mother, in order to survive, directly switched to ghost cultivation, becoming a ghost cultivator. After that, the Netherworld Ghost Mother's divine abilities became even more formidable. She once single-handedly destroyed several cultivation sects. Her divine abilities were already close to that of a deity transformation cultivator, perhaps because her methods were too tyrannical. She was sealed by a mysterious, powerful figure. Han Li has also encountered such things. For example, when Han Li was dealing with the Yin Sifting sect, he was hunted by the mad old eccentric for a month. It's just that at that time, Han Li had the immortal slain piglet, and had some friendship with Shang Jili, so he wasn't captured. But the Netherworld Ghost Mother wasn't so lucky. She was sealed into the profound ghost token by that powerful figure. Although the novel doesn't go into detail about the profound ghost token, it's most likely a treasure used to summon ghosts to assist in battle. Later, for some unknown reason, the profound ghost token was thrown into the 10,000-year profound ice in the north of the Great Jin. After a very long time, the profound ghost token was obtained by a female cultivator from the Minor Extremity Palace. From then on, the Netherworld Ghost Mother became this female cultivator's encyclopedia. Her status was equivalent to that of the Great Development Divine Monarch and Tianlan Sanctus. With the help of the Netherworld Ghost Mother, the female cultivator successfully reached the late nascent soul stage and became the princess of the Minor Extremity Palace. However, the relationship between the princess and the Netherworld Ghost Mother did not involve friendship. When the princess took the profound ghost token, she might have triggered a passive effect of the token. She and the Netherworld Ghost Mother signed a life-sharing curse. If the princess were to meet with misfortune, the Netherworld Ghost Mother would also be implicated. Every time the princess asked the Netherworld Ghost Mother for help, she had to use soul stones. If there were no soul stones, then the princess would suffer a backlash from the Minor Extremity Palace. The princess initially said that as long as the Netherworld Ghost Mother helped her cultivate to the nascent soul stage, she would lift the life-sharing curse in the later stage and release the Netherworld Ghost Mother. But when the princess really reached the late nascent soul stage, she went back on her word. Her own explanation was that the Netherworld Ghost Mother's divine abilities were already close to the deity transformation stage. If she were released, it would be a disaster for the human race's cultivators. However, I feel that not wanting to lose a super powerful late nascent soul stage combatant was also a major concern for the princess. In addition, the princess of the Minor Extremity Palace had found a secret technique to aid cultivation with the help of the profound Yin Ghost tool. This way, it was even more unlikely that she would let the Netherworld Ghost Mother go. So the princess made a new promise to the Ghost Mother. As long as the Netherworld Ghost Mother could help her reach the deity transformation stage, the life curse would be automatically lifted. If not, then before she passed away, she would reseal the profound ghost token. When the Netherworld Ghost Mother heard this, she was so angry she wanted to download an anti-fraud app, but she was bound by the profound ghost token and the life-sharing curse, so there was nothing she could do. Later, Elder Devil Che's clone, along with Bingfeng, attacked the North Night Minor Extremity Palace together. Elder Devil Che was a deity transformation stage great demon. The clone he sent this time was equivalent to a powerful nascent soul cultivator, although the myriad soul banner, held by the late-stage clone, was an imitation of a spirit treasure. After tens of thousands of years of absorbing souls, its power was no less than that of a heaven-reaching spirit treasure. But even so, when the Netherworld Ghost Mother fought him one-on-one, she didn't lose out at all. However, when Han Li used the teleportation array to escape from the Void Spirit Hall, the Netherworld Ghost Mother wanted to stop him, but as soon as Han Li's 8th Spirit Ruler appeared, the Ghost Mother was terrified. After all, the 8th Spirit Ruler is a Buddhist attribute, heaven-reaching spirit treasure, which is highly effective against ghost cultivators. Even if Han Li didn't have the 8th Spirit Ruler, the evil-warding divine thunder in his possession would have been more than enough for the Ghost Mother to handle. In summary, the ghost cultivators that appeared in the Mortal Realm arc were mostly converted from normal cultivators. Their reasons for converting were different, but what was the same was that before they converted, they must have experienced the same pain and struggle. They had to trade their chance at reincarnation in the next life for a chance in this life. But in reality, besides the Yuan Yao sisters, the fates of the others can only make one sigh. In the Mortal Realm arc, besides the Netherworld Ghost Mother, there were also some corpse cultivators who cultivated from corpses into spirits. The strongest among them was the silver-winged Yuksha. However, these cannot be considered ghost cultivators. If you are all interested in this kind of anomaly, the corpse cultivator, I will make a dedicated video about it later. Okay, that's all for this video. That's all the content. Thank you for watching. Your likes, coins, and favorites are my motivation to continue updating. Finally, fellow Taoists, don't forget to join me in the A Chinese Ghost Story mobile game to deeply explore the 3 realms, where humans, demons, and ghosts coexist, and begin your own journey of a mortal's cultivation to immortality. Okay, that's all the content for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. After all, your support is my motivation to keep creating content. I'm Han Li. See you in the next video.